This week, a scientific paper that shows when people say they see the Loch Ness Monster, it's not all in their imagination. This week, my favorite scientific paper is about the Loch Ness Monster, which is in Loch Ness, which is a lake in Scotland. So instead of recording this from my house, which I normally do, I went to the great expense of traveling all the way to Scotland so I could record it at Loch Ness. The idea behind this paper is that when people make observations of the Loch Ness Monster, they don't always match what people expect to see when they see the Loch Ness Monster, and that gives some validity to their claims. Specifically, you know that shape that the Loch Ness Monster is supposed to have, where it's got these serpentine loops that come up out of the water? You see that in somewhere between a quarter and a third of all the postcards and souvenirs and t-shirts and all the other stuff that you can see of the Loch Ness Monster. They measured that for the paper. But when you look at actual observations, like when people say they saw the Loch Ness Monster, those loops coming out of the water, which by the way, make no biological sense at all, are not what people observe. You only see that in about 1.5% of all the observations. So the argument in the paper is, since you would expect a third of the observations to match a third of the souvenirs if it was totally made up, and yet they don't, it must be that people are seeing something. Are they seeing the Loch Ness Monster? Maybe. I came here, I had a good look. I haven't found it yet, but I'll keep looking. Anyway, that's my favorite science paper this week. I have 4 others to tell you about, but the only way to hear about those is to sign up for my weekly newsletter. Just go to followthebatsignal.com.